Okay, so we're gonna talk about the world's top four. Well, because we don't have the notes, so we cannot really say these are the top. How'd you call it? The top flagship phones that we have available right now. But obviously, we could say that because not a lot of people like to go for the notes, anyways. So over here we have the iPhone XX Max, beautiful phone, perfect phone for everybody. Like if you're somebody who's gonna use your phone to play games, if you're gonna use your phone to watch a lot of videos, this is still the perfect phone. And next to it, we have the 2020 flagship iPhone 11 Pro Max, right? This is the gray colorway, I think, right? We got this one as well. So let me put this one side by side, this one. And on this side, we have the S20 Ultra. This phone, it's $1 million move with a 10-cent finish. I still don't get why Samsung is not keen on having their own OS. Because if this phone had a different OS, like how Blackberry had their own OS, this would have been the best phone in the world for a long time. It could probably run for at least 2-3 years before somebody else kicks it off. But hey, we're still waiting on the, how'd you call it? We're still waiting on the S20, on the Note 20 Ultra, and which I think is going to be way better than this one, right? So right next to it, we also have the Samsung S10 Plus, Galaxy X10 Plus, right? This is also another flagship phone, and this came out, I think, late last year, and this one came out early this year, right? So we have two of the best Samsung phones on this side, and on that side, we have two of the best iPhones available in the market right now. Now let's start with the iPhones. Which one are you gonna go for? They made a lot of noise about this one having good batteries and stuff like that. I promise you, it's not true. It's fake. Because this phone, the battery runs down faster than that one. Trust me, because I've been using these two phones for a very long time. The battery runs down faster than this one. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick. I've had this phone since when it came out. Like, the first week it came out, I got this one. Now, bear in mind, both of these two phones are Chinese phones, right? These are Chinese copies. The reason why I always go for the Chinese ones is that the Chinese one has dual SIM capabilities, right? So if you check on top over here, I have C for China Mobile. I have M for MTN Ghana, because I'm from Ghana. So I also like to use my Ghana number here in China as well, and it works. So this is my MTN number. So it's actually on a, how'd you call it, roaming. So if you check over here, you're gonna see it as a China, whatever the mobile, whatever. But it's still my home number. This is still my local number that I use back home in Ghana, right? So we have this one. I always go for the dual SIM. So this is a dual SIM, and that one, this is also a dual SIM as well, right? So this one has my personal number, and the secondary one is for my girlfriend. It's not mine, right? Now I'm gonna show you something something real quick. See, this one is I got these, both of these phones were new when I got them. Both of these phones were new when I got them. Now this one is the best phone on the planet right now. This is the best phone to have on the planet right now. The how'd you call it, 10X Max. This is the best phone to have, because everything is perfect on this phone. The only problem I have with these phones is that is these camera bumps. I don't think it makes sense, because if you drop it in a certain kind of way, you're gonna lose the phone, right? This one also has the bump, and with a Samsung S20 Ultra, it's even worse, because the bump is very, very thick. I don't know if you can see it, right? The bump is like really, really very thick, which is, I don't think is such a good thing for the phone. And when we come over here on this side, we also have a camera bump, but this one is slight. It's very slight. Still, you can feel it if you move your fingers across it, right? So listen to this one. That means it's a very thick drop. And this one, not so thick. And this one is also relatively not so thick. But it's still a camera bump. I don't see why all of a sudden everybody just decided to go for the camera bumps. And since everybody's copying Apple, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? Now, let's look at this from this. Let's look at the phones from this point. Oh shit! It's already past 5 minutes.